actually own or seen a black and white TV? All right. And how many of you seen a color TV? Is there anybody in here who actually sees in black and white? None? Well, picture this. You're driving down a road. It's fall. The leaves are out. Colors are changing. You know that beautiful day, it's crisp out, and you're like, oh wow, look at this red, look at the green, look at the yellow. And then imagine a moment where all of a sudden you're going, wait a minute. Somebody can't see that. I had a moment like that last year during fall. My son couldn't actually see color. He could only see in black and white. Last year, I got a lot of diagnosis in medical for my son, from Asperger's to sickler syndrome to achromatopsia and a couple different things. The main thing I'm going to talk about today is actually achromatopsia, which is the rarest of them all. During my research, because I'm a big research fan, so once I found this out, I'm like, okay, I got to figure out as much information as I can, which led me to Oliver Sacks' book, published in 2007. It's actually called Island of the Colorblind. So imagine one person not seeing any color in their lifetime, let alone this book actually is based upon a whole island that is based upon the premise of two particular individuals who were related, that created a whole island of people who could only see in black and white. Nobody would see, very rarely would somebody actually see in color. Therefore, it is actually hereditary, as you can tell, because it's an ancestral condition that people actually, when they're partaken, obviously that type of thing. For example, my son comes from a great-grandfather of the Reichert royalty, and because of that ancestral royalty, they decided to keep it in the family type of thing, that certain things like this actually happen. And that's pretty much what this author wrote about, is that particular item that he researched. So today what I'm actually going to talk about is first, I'll help you guys better understand what is achromatopsia, talk about the causes, symptoms, and second, I'm going to talk about the treatment and the management of it. First, what is achromatopsia? It's also known as without color. What they see is right here. This is direct sunlight, so pretty much it's black and white. They don't have like a grayscale going on. This is actually in diffuse light, so indoors they actually, if they have the ability to see, because there's many different varieties, from a cerebral version of it, which is actually done within the, it's more of a reproductive thing where damage happens in the cerebral cortex of the actual infant. There's progressive, and then there's more of a stable form of it, and they're always discovering new forms of it. This is actually my son, for example, and they're trying to figure out if it's actually progressive or just stable. Progressive means his vision can further deteriorate. However, I'm not going to give you too much information about all the different varieties of achromatopsia. Basically, what you need to know is what it actually causes, what it is, and how they see. Which leads me to further explain photopic and scotopic. This is actually a cone, and this is a rod, and this is pretty much the basics that you need to know about achromatopsia, where the photophobic is where it uses cones to see in color. So this is a cone cell. You use a cone to see in color, and it functions the best in light. The results when it comes to achromatopsia is actually the cone cells are not functioning, or if they are functioning with somebody who has a milder form of it, they can see color very minor, but they cannot distinct it otherwise. So when it comes to the rod, it provides our best vision, as you know, 20/20. It functions only in low lights of level, so it's actually more intended for nighttime, for example, nighttime driving. The results when it comes to achromatopsia is only cells, the only cells that are actually left are rod cells. So, with this actually, now that you know about achromatopsia, another good information to know is that it affects 1 in 40,000 live births in the U.S., and also 33,000 people in the U.S. have it. And obviously it affects the retina, which is the cone and the rod cells that function within your eyes to allow the light to filter and pass through. terms of treatment, there is actually a gene